Hi folks, I've been asked about transitional training in relation to when does your puppy stop going to the toilet as much really. So when you've got a baby puppy, if you like, and you're conditioning them to go to the toilet, then you take them out as much as you can. You know, you take them out when you wake them up, or when they wake up, after you've played, after you fed them, before you feed them, before you put them in the crate. So you feel as if you're constantly either feeding, playing, training or toileting your puppy, and that's absolutely brilliant. And then when they get a little bit older, they start learning how to control the bladder, and so everything about them starts expanding out, you know. So from your little 9-week-old puppy who's constantly needing a wee because it's got a really tiny wee bladder, as they mature and the bladder gets older and they develop self-control and they can control the urges, you know, they can put off the urges to wee, then they don't need to go to the toilet as often. And before we know it, we take them out the toilet and we go, come on, go toilet. And the dog just looks at you completely blankly, as if to say, well, I don't need to go to the toilet. And then do you wait and get them to the toilet because that's what you conditioned them to? Or do you go, okay, my dog's getting a bit more mature now and it doesn't need to go to the toilet as much as it used to, in the same way that we don't either. You know, we get to the point where we don't need to go to the toilet all the time, hopefully. And then as you get older, and likewise as the dogs get older, then the facilities start to go and they need to pee more often again. So it's just a case of really sucking it and seeing it. That was a really bad description, but it's just kind of going with the flow a bit, so that as your dog matures, you pull back the amount of time that you take them out. So I'll give you an example. Emrys is 2.5 now. Just to make it easier for you, he's 2.5. He'll go to the loo in the morning when I get up. Anywhere between, sometimes I let him out at 5, sometimes I let him out at 7, sometimes it's 8. And we'll go for a walk and he'll wee like there's no tomorrow. And because he's a male dog, he'll always hold stuff back so that he can scent mark. This is the thing with male dogs, they don't completely empty their bladder, they'll hold a bit back so they can do all the scent marking on the walk. And then sometimes I'll stick him out the front and say go toilet at lunchtime before he gets his lunchtime snack. I have to feed him at lunchtime just because he burns a lot of energy, he drops weight very quick. So and take him out the toilet, lunchtime I say go to the toilet. Sometimes he looks at me as if to say really, and other times he goes to the toilet. And then that's it. You know, I'll take them out again about 5 o'clock. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6, depending on how busy I am. And then again, he'll go to the toilet and go to the toilet and go to the toilet. You know, he'll have a good wee, and then he'll do a bit of scent marking, and then he might have another wee just before we come in. And then at bedtime, at about 9:30, I'll see if he wants to go to the toilet again. Sometimes he looks at me as if to go, don't need to go to the loo, and that's okay. He's a mature adult dog. He doesn't need to go to the toilet all the time. So it's really working out what works best for your dog. But certainly, once they've cocked their leg, you'll find that they don't need to go to the toilet as much. They will hold a wee bit. It's a funny phrase, isn't it, where you're saying wee meaning little and you're saying wee meaning pee. So anyway, so he will hold a wee bit of his wee back so he can scent mark. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that really helps anybody who's gone through that transition from puppy to adolescent to adult with the male dog. I hope it helps. Take care.